Hello, everyone. This is Ernest, your host for It Always Money and Live show. In today's episode, I want to talk about what really matters to you as an entrepreneur or matters to you as a human being. Now, I've come to understand that the greatest the greatest destroyer of your desire, of your want, are first fear, impatience, lack of determination, and lack of vision. Because I read a book that says, my people perish due to lack of understanding, due to lack of vision. And I also read a book that says, say young men should see visions and older men should dream dreams. Which category do you belong to? Or your motivation is to create something that will serve humanity, and in the process of creating that thing, you end up becoming rich. Or you just want money and don't really care about what happens. If you are after money, I can tell you that money will not be after you, because money loves a couple of things. Money loves consistency. Money loves maintenance, because money is a very high maintenance, entity. I once heard somebody say that money is a woman. you know. But all jokes aside, money wants somebody that can make her and keep her and maintain her. That's the nature of money. However, I also want to talk about whatever your desire is, whatever you want, as long as you are bold, because I also read a book that says we have not been given the spirit of fear, but the spirit of boldness. As long as you are bold, if you remember the story of David and Goliath, and if you also remember the story of Gideon, so if as long as you are bold, and in that boldness you are determined, because boldness brings out determination in you, whether it's at your place of work, whether you're an employee or you're an employer. If you're an employee, a boldness at your work or a boldness in handling your responsibilities at your work demonstrates problem-solving skills, because by the time you begin to tackle some tough issues, all the cells in your brain begin to work magic. They begin to tap into the power of the invisible you. So you have to be very bold. And that boldness then comes determination, because once you are bold, you are determined to get an answer. You are determined to get a solution to whatever issue or challenge or problems you are confronted with, or challenges that you're facing. But in addition to that, you must also need patience, because a lot of people are so impatient, and because they're impatient, their dream slips away from them. The desire slips away from them, because they want it now. They want everything now. You can't have everything now, because that's not the way the whole system, the whole universe, the whole earth is structured. Everything has time. That is why we have winter, we have the summer, we have the spring before the summer, and we have the fall, which is the autumn. We have 4 seasons in a year. I do know that in some part of the world, they only have 2 seasons, which is the cold and the sun and the hot weather, or the rainy season or whatever. So, but there are seasons, because That book I also read says that there is time for everything under the earth, under the sun. There is time for everything on earth. And because there is time, that is why you don't plant a corn today. You don't throw a seed of a corn on the ground and tomorrow you harvest it. It doesn't work that way, folks. You know, and that is because of that process. That is why when you plant an apple tree today or a seed of a corn on the ground or mango or strawberry or whatever, it takes time for them to germinate. It takes time for them to grow. It takes time for them to begin to yield their fruits and their seeds, and to begin to yield their output and things like that. The same thing goes for everything in life. Patience is required, and patience is what most of us don't have. And if you don't have patience, I can surely guarantee you that you will not be living your full potentials and you will not be realizing your dreams because everything has time, And therefore, the four things I identify that kills people's hope and dreams and vision is because people are impatient, fear, people are not determined, there's no determination, to persevere, because determination makes you to persevere. Determination makes you or helps you or enables you to cultivate the attitude or cultivate the spirit and the heart for patience. And that in return will help you achieve your goal or achieve your dream or your desire. So the question is, why do we have fear? And why are we not determined? And why are we so impatient over our desires, over what we want? There could be so many reasons for all of these. It could be as a result of the environment. It could be as a result of the system. Maybe the system has been designed in such a way that is not inclusive or we think that they don't give us the opportunity that we deserve or that we want. And it could be as a result of your family upbringing. It could be as a result of just you, not trying to take risk or whatever. There's so many reasons why we're afraid. There's so many reasons why we're less determined, we're less courageous, we're less motivated. There's so many reasons why we're impatient. But none of the reasons, aforementioned reasons, or none of the reasons, known or unknown, is big enough to keep us from reaching our success. Means different things to different people, but to most people, success is ability to, or having achieved that which they've set out to do. It could be in monetary terms, it could be in career terms, it could be academic terms, it could be in family terms, it could be in sports terms, it could be whatever term that you define success. But mostly, when people say I'm successful, people often tie that to monetary success. And if you're successful in whatever you do, but it's not valued or it's not equate to monetary value to some sort, people look at it that, you're not really successful. So success is always tied to some form of monetary valuation. And I can understand why a lot of people, when people start business or whatever we do, it's just all about money. We just want to get money. But if money is the main goal of you starting up a business or an enterprise or something to help humanity, then you may not last. I I once heard somebody say that if money is all there is, then life is not worth it. Although I also read a book that says money answers all things. Don't do anything for money. Don't start up a business because of money, and don't accept a job because of money. Do it for the love of freedom. Do it because you are there to create. Do it because you are there to have an impact and to make someone else's life easier, better, and to help them achieve better, do better, and become better. Don't do it because you are just after money. And I can guarantee you, if your aim is just after money, you won't have it. you know, do it for your freedom of time. And secondly, you must remember that success is not overnight. Success takes time. It takes time to come around. And because it takes time to come around, it requires sacrifices, it requires dedication, it requires loyalty. One thing that success desires and wants from anyone that wants to be successful is loyalty and commitment, to be successful. If you're going to have success, you must be loyal to success. You must commit it to success and you must love success. These are the things that success, these are the spirit behind success. So it's not just because you want success and thereby success will come around. It doesn't come that way. In addition, for entrepreneurs, and also this goes out for anyone that want to be successful or want to have money or want to become financially independent, one thing that should always be on your focus is cash flow. You must always have your cash flow, to say, okay, do I have enough liquidity to make sure that whatever I'm doing, the people that the people that I'm encouraging or the people that I'm serving have what they need, not just in words, but in deed, to get what they need to get done. So, as an entrepreneur, I also read a book that says, can a man start building a house without first of all accounting for how much he has to finish the project or the house? Otherwise, he will start the house and halfway through, he will not have the resources to finish the house. Passers-by or neighbors will look at it and say, oh, this man started his house, but he couldn't finish it. And they will start laughing at him. The same thing goes for a woman as well, either him or her. Okay? So you must always account for whatever you start. Do I have enough? A business, you must ask yourself, is this my passion? Do I have enough love for entrepreneurship? Do I have the courage? Do I have, am I ready to make necessary sacrifices? Am I ready to do all that is required, regardless what it's going to take me to do them? But I want to be loyal to be in entrepreneurship. To be an entrepreneur. I want to be loyal. I want to be committed. I want to be dedicated, to entrepreneurship. So therefore, it's not just coming today, come today, gone tomorrow. You must have these qualities if you are, and that is the only way you can know if you're really and truly an entrepreneur. If you listen to one of my podcasts earlier this week or so, or late last week, it says not everyone can be an entrepreneur because not everyone has the grind, not everyone has the grit, not everyone has the determination, the courage, to persevere, because it requires perseverance. I can tell you that because there are nights, there are lonely nights, there are sleepless nights. There are moments, besides the long hours you have to put in. There are times, you have to refuse to be down, regardless what is pushing you down, because they will come, and if you're truly an entrepreneur, those are the moments your creativity shines through. I read a quote from somebody that says, he said, your vulnerability is the point of your creativity and is the point of your breakthrough. So, and it takes somebody who is truly and who is born to be an entrepreneur. I read a quote, this morning, and somebody wrote and says, I think it was a quote from Elon Musk. He says that you can have a college degree, you can have a bachelor degree and still be an idiot, and having a college degree doesn't make you an intelligent. Intelligence is different from having a college degree, So, and not everybody can be an entrepreneur. You can go to Harvard and learn all about entrepreneurship, or go to Cambridge or Oxford or Yale, Duke, Princeton, or whatever, and learn all about entrepreneurship, and still cannot be an entrepreneur, because entrepreneurs, there's something, that is entrepreneurs, that perseverance, that readiness to make necessary sacrifice, that readiness to say, if it's going to cost me my life, so be it. But at least I've given it a shot. I've given it all I've got. I've laid it bare on the battlefield. I've given it all. And I can say, I have fought the good fight of faith and believing. I've fought the good fight of entrepreneurship. I've fought the good fight of success, and not folding up and not waiting for success to find you, because success will never find you. If wishes were horses, beggars will have ridden on the best one. So folks, you must know, and you must also learn as an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs, they have the ears and their eyes and their hands, the fingers, everything, hearing, seeing, and moving and doing, and able to know what is risky, what it cannot, where, because I read a quote some time ago that says, all that shines are not gold. They know entrepreneurs can perceive. They know how to calculate their risks. They know how to say, oh, this is too good to be true. I'm not going down that road, because if it's too good to be true, then probably it's not true. Anything that guarantees you success without sacrifices or without sacrifice is not true. It's just the way it is, plain and simple. Because just imagine, just take a step backwards and imagine the creator of the universe, of the earth. If he had taken shortcuts, during creation, what will have happened today? But I read a book that says he created everything one by one. He did not rush. He didn't rush to create the whole universe in 1 second, even though he could. But he went through the sacrifice process of creation. If you also listen to one of my podcasts about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I talked about creative process. Everything you want to have has a creative process. Every success you want to have has a creative process. And in that creative process is embedded sacrifices, perseverance, pains and all that is embedded there. So therefore, nobody can say, I achieved that without sacrifice, because even the infinite universe had to create everything through a process. He created the sun and the moon or whatever, and he looked at them and said, "Oh, they're good. So therefore, I can proceed to create something else." And that is how he created everything. And in the end, I also read that he says he created you and I, created human beings. He replicated himself. And that's why you and I have the ability to create. And that's what we can create. And as a result, we're able to create all that we have on earth today. We humans created the planes, the cars, the houses, all the architecture you can see, all the artifacts you can see, the mobile phone, the networks, the cameras, the clothes, the shoes, and whatever, everything you can see, all the artifacts you can see on earth, we're all created by us, the human beings, because we are in the image and likeness of the infinite. We are his ambassadors and representatives here on earth with the same quality and the same power in us. That's why we can do it even though we're sojourning in time. We're sojourning in time so that we don't compare ourselves against the infinite, even though we are infinite beings. And that is why when we all pass on to the edges, we continue to live. Not on this mortal body, not on this kind of body, but in a different body, but we pass on to the edges, which we all do. So we can create. As long as we're in this sphere of existence, we can create. You and I can create, and that's what we are creating every day. So money shouldn't be your first priority as an entrepreneur. To start anything or as a human being, money shouldn't be your first priority. Say, "Oh, because I want to have that amount, so I need to accept that job," or "I need to, it's because of money I'm starting up a business." Your first goal is to serve humanity. To serve humanity. Even long you are gone, what you will create will continue to serve humanity. Will continue to serve generations to come and still making money for generations to come. So, and I also want to talk about, which I talked about in one of my earlier podcasts, and that is about investment, how you can invest wisely and things like that. And that is making sure that whatever amount you have, always want to make sure that you invest it, because there are different types of investment, which I will come back again and touch about. Things like investing in dividend yielding stocks, investing in looking for somebody to collaborate with or invest together with, pull your cash or pull your money together with somebody so that both of you can create something together. Because I read a book that the divine says, "Let us create man and woman. Let us create humans in our own image." So therefore, it's always good to go, whatever you're doing, or whatever you want to create, to go about it in two or in three. Because can two work together except they agree? Can you and your vision work together except you agree? Can you and your partner, can you and whoever you want to create something together with? And it also says that whatsoever two or three shall agree and touch on the surface of this earth shall be done unto them by the divine nature, by the divine being. So whatsoever you agree, so therefore you need to agree with somebody in order for you to create that thing. You understand what I'm saying? Because even the divine never went for it alone. And folks, man, I hope this will be of a blessing to somebody. And if it has blessed your soul and you think it will bless someone else's soul, I encourage you to share. Because like I always say, it's by sharing that we help one another become better, do better, and achieve better. Until next time, stay safe and see you soon again. Bye-bye.